Welcome to Vedic Counselor, where ancient Vedic wisdom meets modern scientific insight.
Welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're going to dive into this really ancient astrological technique, one that claims it can measure something superhuman, our desires, just by looking at the distances in space. Kind of wild, right?
I mean, it's a pretty bold question, isn't it? Can a cosmic ruler, just the literal distance between two planets, actually measure something as personal as human desire? Well, according to this one specific method we're looking at, the answer is a resounding yes.
So in this ancient system called Vedic Jyotish, there's a technique that some people call a cosmic sexual barometer. Yeah, you heard that right. And to get how it works, we have to start with one very important planet.
And that planet is, of course, Venus, or Shukra in Sanskrit. In Vedic astrology, Venus is the big one. It's the main indicator for our ability to experience pleasure, our drive for love and connection, beauty, sensuality. Basically, it's the planet of all things enjoyable.
But here's the thing. Venus doesn't just do its thing all alone. Its power, how it actually expresses itself, is totally shaped by its relationship with the big boss of our solar system, the Sun. It's this cosmic dance between them that actually creates this measurable spectrum of desire.
And what's super interesting here is the actual astronomy behind it. See, because Venus orbits closer to the Sun than we do, when we look up from Earth, it can never look like it's more than about 47 degrees away from the Sun. It's always kind of hanging out nearby. And that number, 47 degrees, isn't random at all. It gives us a fixed, meaningful scale that we can actually work with. Okay, so you can think of this 47-degree range as a kind of cosmic dial with three main settings. Let's break down what each of these zones means for, the expression of desire.
So the key thing to get here is this direct link. When Venus is super close to the Sun, we're talking within 3 degrees, its sensual side is said to be combust, kind of burned up by the Sun's heat. This is supposed to lead to a suppressed or more mechanical urge. Then you've got that middle zone, which is balanced, healthy. And finally, when Venus gets as far away as it possibly can, its pleasure-seeking side is unleashed with maximum freedom and intensity. See the pattern?
And this really hammers home the main idea. The source material basically boils it down to a simple rule of thumb. As the distance grows, the urge improves. Simple as that. More space between them means a stronger, more pronounced desire, regardless of gender. Okay, so right about now, you might be thinking, hang on, that sounds a little too simple. And you know what? You'd be right. This is where it gets really interesting, because the system starts to add layers of nuance. It's not just a simple number, it's definitely not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. Yeah, there are a bunch of other factors that really fine-tune the whole reading. Like, while the main rule applies to everyone, gender might subtly change how it shows up. Then you have to look at other planets. Is fiery Mars involved? That could really crank up the passion. And of course, the zodiac sign Venus is sitting in makes a huge difference. Is that strong desire expressed smoothly, or does it lead to some frustration? It all adds up to a much more detailed picture. But with all this talk about cosmic influences, it kind of begs the question, right? Are we just puppets dancing on planetary strings? Well, the source material is really clear on this. And honestly, this might be the most important takeaway from the whole thing.
So the source is super clear about this. These planetary setups, they're seen as tendencies. Think of it like a karmic blueprint, or maybe the path of least resistance. But, and this is a big but, they absolutely do not lock in your destiny. Your upbringing, your culture, and most importantly, your own free will and personal choices. That's what really determines how you channel these cosmic energies.
And it's so important to remember this too. This whole Sun-Venus distance thing, it's just one piece of the puzzle, just one indicator. In a real, holistic chart analysis, you're looking at a huge, complex picture with tons of other planets and factors all interacting with each other. So, at the end of the day, it leaves us with a really empowering thought. If this cosmic barometer points to some kind of natural tendency for you, the real power isn't in just knowing that. The real power is in the question you ask yourself next. Okay, so what do I choose to do with this energy? How do you consciously decide to express it? That's where the real magic is.
If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel Vedic Counselor. For personal astrology consultation, horoscope analysis, or Vastu consultation, you can contact us on WhatsApp 919219539215 or visit our website www.vediccounselor.com. Thank you for watching.